Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. Now, I know a lot of people have touched on this subject today. Touched is perhaps not the right word, but anyway. Peter Kyle, the Science Minister, has railed against Nigel Farage. Now, the Online Safety Act, which has got nothing to do with child safety, it's all to do with control, has come into effect a couple of days ago. And Farage has said that should reform be in charge, they're going to get rid of it because it is intrusive, unnecessary, etc. Now, on hearing this, Kyle said, "Oh, that's just typical," and he accused Nigel Farage of being, on the side of predators, and put him and said he's like Jimmy Savile. Completely. I hope that there's a law case there. I would love to see Kyle's face when the lawsuit comes in. But I think it's a bit rich. Now, Mohammed Zia Yousaf has said that Kyle must apologise. Farage is very angry. He's considering going to the authorities. But that's fine. That's them. That's the children fighting in the playground. What I'm appalled at is the sheer bloody hypocrisy of Peter Kyle. He's talking about, won't somebody think of the children? When his party are bringing in thousands of people a month across the channel on little rubber boats, many of whom, as we see from the court cases, go on to do terrible things to children. If anyone here is responsible for harming children, it's not Nigel Farage. It's Peter Kyle and his party. And don't forget, his party are mired deeply into abuse. It is they that covered up 50,000 rapes by the rape gangs. It is his party that have hidden the truth. It's his party that didn't want to have a national inquiry. It's his party now trying to get through blasphemy laws really quickly, so that the inquiry has entire frames of reference removed. Oh, you can't tell the truth. It's his party that's still got the spokeswoman for Pi in it. It's his party who, 3 times last week, I reported that there were counsellors being prosecuted for various nefarious things, often involving children. It's his party, of course, that ultimately are the party of preds, pervs and peds. For him to accuse anyone of being a bit Savile is a bit rich. And as for Peter Kyle himself, I wouldn't trust him in a room with a child. He looks a bit dodgy, doesn't he? Not much fun, is it, Peter Kyle, when people think you may be a nonce? Possibly, allegedly, maybe, in my opinion, humble as it is. But certainly, because you're Labour, I'm tarring you all with the same brush. We all know Labour have a proclivity for children. That's why you keep lowering the age. It was Labour who got the age at which a grown man can have sex with a boy down to 16, wasn't it? It was Labour who are now trying to get the age of voting down to 16. Presumably get everything down to 16 before you start moving it down to 14. Because, Labour and children. And then to accuse others. Well, I'm thinking I'm going along with Macbeth here, Methinks the lady doth protest too much. Well, I think Peter Kyle doth protest too much. And isn't it the old line of always accuse your enemies of the things you do yourself? I would have kept very, very quiet, Peter Kyle. Very quiet indeed, when I know that the party I belong to has got its hands drenched in 50,000 child rapes. You absolute animal. Thanks very much. Bye.